All right, dude, I'm gonna go grab the keys for the Miata. We gotta get started.
Dude, really? What about WRX? Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we'll be working on John's daily driven Miata. He's been having transmission and differential issues. We're going to be taking a break from the WRX we've been working on for the past couple episodes. I'm going to hand over to John so he can explain to you guys what exactly is going on with the transmission and rear diff.
Oh, hey guys. Well, I wanted to explain the issues I've been having. The transmission sort of has like a really loud noise, whether it's in gear or out of gear. It's just really like loud, kind of like a grinding sound, but not really. It's just more like a gearing sound. So I think there's probably a couple bearings that are bad in the transmission. The rear differential is leaking from the front seal where the drive shaft connects to it, and it's pouring down the back of the rear differential. I filled it up. You go 5 miles down the road, it empties itself again. So it's an open diff. I want to switch to a torsen. I think I have a 4.1. I think that's what I got. And then I bought, I'm going to be buying brand new axles because I don't trust the ones that I got. What else did I have to get? Oh, I'm going to do a new throwout bearing so it pushes up against the pressure plate and doesn't have any problems because I'm going to be in there. And a new pilot bearing just so we don't have any problems there either. But first thing we're going to do is go ahead and do this, the two axle shaft seals on this rear differential here. We got to pop both of these guys off. And the seals sit right behind those. So I guess we'll jump to that real quick, get those replaced to make sure we don't have any leaks later.
Alright guys, we went ahead and replaced the seals as you guys have seen in the previous footage. They went in super easy. We lubricated everything and they slapped right back on there.
Yeah, I got a pretty cool, I think it's called like a pipe fitting or a pipe thread, and I've used it for seals before and it worked on these really, really well. I had to make a modification on the sander just to try to get rid of a little material, but it worked really well.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I had no idea what that was. That's John's another high-tech tool that he has just laying around. So
exactly.
Yeah, they went right in and it worked very well. So now we're moving into the transmission. We're gonna go ahead and replace the rear seal. Another rear seal, guys. Rear seal and the front seal, and these two guys will be ready to go in the car. So let's get to it.
All right. All right, so we got to take this front. I don't even know what you want to call this. Some kind of a front cover for the. There's two seals on the front, and then there's one inside of this piece. I don't know what to call it, but let's take it off. It's 12 mil. There's 6 of them. Hey, you know, 3 out of 6.
That's 50%.
All right, we got some fresh-looking fluid in there. Actually, that's not too bad looking. I guess that's what 50,000 miles gets you. You get a piece that you take off, and it looks like it has fresh oil in it. Let's go ahead and wipe this puppy down. The seal is going to be in here. That's the one we got to replace right there in the center. Easy peasy. We'll just pull them out with the hook and tap them back in with my super fancy ultra high-tech tool, which I will figure out what the actual name of it is and put it in the description in case anybody wants to modify it. It used to have like a hex, like a 5-sided, you put a wrench on it type of thing. Like I guess it's like a pipe wrench or a pipe fitting or a pipe something. But I want to say it's almost made for like gas lines or something, like natural gas, because it's heavy duty stuff. It's like,
I guess we can put a link.
Yeah, if I figure out what the actual name is.
I'll like materials in the description below.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to alter it. I just sanded all the corners off. I used it for something else. I think I was pushing out some bushings on some control arms, and I bought like a bushing kit, and it didn't even have the size I needed, so I just found that in the drawer, and I was like, oh, maybe I can make this work. And it did, so now I use it for seals, apparently.
Nice.
Alright, so that's all wiped off. I'll go ahead and get the seal off. If you want to zoom in on here, it looks like we just have 2 bearings in here pretty much. This would be your, oh god, I hope I'm not saying the wrong word. Input shaft? Output shaft? It's one of those.
I thought it was input shaft. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. So that's just the bearing that this rides on, and then this looks like it's the shaft for probably like the lower gear set. I'm not really a transmission expert, so I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about here. So let's pull off this old paper gasket here. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty gross. Let's get this piece off too. Oh, nope, don't fall apart yet. Nope, oh, fell apart. Definitely want to get all the stuff off of here. So you don't want any of this debris. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this space here. Alright, so in the last footage, that little ring that fell off goes right here. He's kind of like a spacer or some kind of like a shim, basically, that keeps, you can see him moving around there on the center. So I put a little bit of oil on him so he stays here. And then when we go to put it together, we just got to make sure he doesn't fall down. Let's go ahead and get this seal out of this front piece. And I've already cleaned this surface. That surface is prepped, so once we replace the seal, we can put this paper gasket back on here and put it back together.
Sounds good. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely not one of the easier seals to get out. I've done this once before, and I remembered it was going to be pretty much the worst one of all of these. One of those took like 10 seconds, and this one definitely was not. Let's go ahead and tap this in. I want to put just a little bit of oil on it, just so hopefully it slides on a little easier. And then I think I'm going to try to use 1 1/4, because it seems to be a fairly good size for potentially tapping that in. So we'll see what we got.
All right, let's get to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these bolts prepped here. Put a little drop of Loctite on each one of these. Go ahead and get these prepped so they're ready. Can't take forever because this Loctite kind of starts to set up, so... Oh boy, there we go, got it. And we also looked up the torque specs. Obviously, we're not going to pretend like we know all this stuff off the top of our head.
Yeah, they had a nice chart for the Miata, and it's pretty much torque specs for like anything on these cars. So it's, I think it was said between what, 19 and, or it was like 14 to 18 foot-pounds or something.
Yes, 14 to 18 inch-pounds, and 19 to...
I think it was foot-pounds.
No, inch.
I think it was foot-pounds. I win that one.
Yes, you did.
Cookie for me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a little bit of oil. They said to lubricate the paper gasket. I understand that you use gear oil in transmissions, and I'm here using engine oil, but the amount that I'm using just to wet the surface doesn't matter. I just don't want this paper gasket falling when I'm trying to put it on. So I'm just going to wet this surface so that it'll kind of stick because it is definitely like a really thin, like cardboardy paper kind of stuff. I think when I did mine years ago on the transmission that's on the car now that has an issue, I think I just used RTV. I don't think I used this little paper gasket because I didn't have one, and it works fine. So if you don't want to buy this little paper gasket and buy this OEM Mazda kit, then that's the way to go. So I'm going to lubricate the surface inside here as well. So this paper gasket has something to sit on. Not putting a lot, just a little. Not moving, so.
Gotcha.
So we will slide this on. I put a little bit of oil on the new seal. This is working great, by the way. This paper gasket's staying right where it needs to. That was a joke. Snug these up just a hair, get them close, and then we'll torque them with the torque wrench. Check them all again, and we should be good. I don't think I forgot anything, right?
No, I think we're good.
One more to check, and we're good. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for this episode. Next episode we're going to get the car up in the air, wood blocks and things like that to get it off the ground high enough to get that transmission out, and drop everything and prep to put the new stuff in. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.
Alright guys, peace out.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
See you guys in the morning.
Already.
Hi. Hey guys. Alright man, I'm gonna go grab the Miata. We need to get started on that.
Dude.
It's so awkward.